We talked about our vision of Print 2.0 last year. What we want to show you by segment how we are executing that vision. Now, clearly, it's a tough market. So I don't want to tell you that everything is rosy. But in my mind, in tough market, the brand becomes very important. In tough market, innovation becomes very, very important. In tough market, customers have only very few dollars to spend, and they're going to focus on who will create value for them, for the customers. That's the reason, even in tough market, we are very excited. A lot of stuff has happened in just 12 months. I think, in my mind, what is happening in the world will really tell you the key trends that we need to focus on. You know, things have changed a lot. As Ron talked about what has happened to financial crisis, the Olympics in China, who would have thought $45 billion spent, and fantastic event. It's all about understanding the emerging geography is a phenomenal opportunity. It's about, we don't know who the president will be. But Obama saying, hey, send me the text message to figure out, he will send a text message to figure out who is going to be the next vice president. That's very different. That's very different use of technology and what the communications are happening, how the communications are happening. When you think about what's going on in terms of mobility, iPhone, people really now think about iPhone in a very different way. People think about social networking in a very different way. People think about this broad global connectivity in a very different way. That's the opportunity in my mind. We don't want to be thinking about a printer connected to a PC is the opportunity. It's all about this phenomenal explosion of content, where consumers are becoming the producers of the content. The way you would think about is how production, distribution, and categorization of content is completely changing. As a matter of fact, you could do all that with better tools than what was available just 10 years ago. You can create the content and consume the content right there. That's very, very different. Mobility, billion people connected globally, and every media type is going to go through this personalization, customization, organization is going to change the way things are done. This whole explosion of community collaboration. The interesting thing is, it's not just the newspaper industry is changing, the phone industry is changing. When you think about blogging, when you think about social networking and how everybody is connected, they do on MySpace. That's what they do on Facebook. This is a small community, just like this is their, secured mall approach to what they are doing. I think we need to really make sure that printing is relevant, in that format, because that's what people are doing, and we need to make sure that we understand by segment how these things are changing and how we can help in making printing relevant and communicating this value proposition in a very, very different way. We are not in printing business. We are in content consumption business. We absolutely believe that the transformation that is happening in how content is created, distributed, and consumed, we want to be part of that. But we want to make sure that every single step of that, we participate and really make a value for our customers, so they can communicate that content very effectively. And that's what the business we are in. It's a tremendous opportunity because still 53 trillion pages are going to be printed in 2010. Only 10% is digital. So two key things. How can we get every single digital page? And how can we accelerate this transition from analog to digital. It has happened to music. It will happen to photos, to newspaper, magazine, books, every single page. Customization, personalization, and organization are clear value that you create for the customers. And we really think that that's the opportunity we have. That's a big opportunity, $265 billion opportunity without accelerating analog to digital. If it accelerates, the opportunity is even bigger. And out of that 265, by segment, $26 billion consumer business, how we want to really change what consumers will do because they are the producers of the content, how we can help them to tell their story effectively. There's a big opportunity in small and medium business. As we all know, we didn't know about credit crunch last year. Everybody talks about credit crunch. These small and medium businesses have issues. They don't have capital. They want to look like a big company. They don't have resources to look like a big company. How can we help them? How can we help them to set up their website? How we can help them in financing point of view? How we can help them? How HP can help them so they can look like a big company? What can we do to help them? Tremendous opportunity. It's not about printer anymore. How can we help them to really make sure that they can run? Tremendous opportunity in enterprise business. The other important part for us is not about products and solutions. It's about go-to-market capability. Assets we have with which we can really drive the complete solution. You know, in tough market, I want to make sure you all hear that. Market is tough. And in the tough market, in last 4 quarters, I'm not talking about current quarter. I can't talk about that. In last 4 quarters, you know, we had $29.4 billion revenue, 15% operating profit, and our growth of supplies was 8%. People are printing. I know people are scared, maybe viewing more, but people are still printing. And I know you all are printing, and thank you for consuming and buying the inkjet cartridges or toner cartridges. We thank you. Hopefully you are buying originals. But you know, this is very, very important for us. We want to make so easy so the customers can hit print. That's what you want to think about. By customer segment, we want to have very clear value proposition. We want to make sure that we reinvent our consumer category, we build on the momentum that we have on the graphics business and accelerate that growth. For small and medium business, how can we make sure that we go after the value pages where they can communicate their value proposition to their customers, and making sure the enterprise business, which is a phenomenal opportunity, not just in hardware, but in software and solutions. That's what we want to do. Let's talk about consumer printing. Again, reinventing is the key word here, because this is where we need to talk about the web and consumers are becoming the producers of the content. Empowerment to the consumers. We want to make sure that they can create the content and then self-publish. Self-expression is going to be extremely important. Self-publishing is going to be very, very important. Because, you know, think about it. You could really do that right now. You don't have to worry about it. You have all the tools at your disposal in making that self-publishing a reality. We absolutely believe that this will reinvent the category and drive the growth that we are looking at it. We absolutely believe that innovation here is extremely important. It starts with the great products. If you don't have great products, you know, you're not going to really make these things happen. We are going to continue to invest in making sure that our scalable printing technology is going to be applied here so that we can get the best products. Clearly, we lead the market because of innovation. We need to make sure that all the lead that we have for last 24 years, we can continue that. Innovation is the bloodline of what we do.